where the team is going, that might be an important week for your team.
Yeah, no question. Listen, it's 24 hours from the draft, so we got a group that's very excited of the opportunities that are ahead. Obviously we're picking fifth, so it's a huge opportunity for us to add to our group. So yeah, everyone's excited, and a couple months ago it seemed far away, but here we are, and we're ready to go.
Is your phone ringing right now?
Yeah. I mean, Kent and I, yeah. Well, that does too. Kent is very busy right now, and so yeah, it's that kind of draft. I feel like you're seeing some teams jockey for position in the draft in the first round. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. We're having a lot of conversations about that, about what's the right scenario for us, whether you stay where you are, what are we going to do at 26. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of conversations, and like I said, it's exciting, and look forward to how it's going to play out.
I know you can't predict who's going to pick who, but do you have your list already of possible players and already a player identified at the top of who could be available?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we've been going through for months now scenarios of what it might look like at 5, but we are at the mercy of some other teams and the decisions they make too. So we're making educated decisions just like you guys are, and I think we're comfortable with our list. It's not going to change till we're going to live with our list. It is what it is, and we look forward to it.
Is there a red flag for players who come from Russia?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I think everybody thinks differently. It's a little harder when you can't get your entire organization over there to see players live. So it does change things a little bit. Back when COVID hit, things changed. We all started adapting to different ways of seeing things. So I think we're pretty good at that. We have a good, we have good feel for Russia. We have good people there. So we'll see how that plays out.
Can you explain how different the situation is with Demidov, right? Comparing it to Mishkov last year? What the difference between the two?
Well, I don't understand the question.
Well, regarding the Russian factor, there was a lot of worries last year with Mishkov, with everything that happened within his family. Demidov clearly.
Yeah, it's two different players. Obviously, they're both from Russia. It's two different players. You scout players, you evaluate them. We're in the business of finding the best players, and that's what we're trying to do. So, I don't think those two players are related. It doesn't really have any bearing on what we're going to decide tomorrow.
Are you still hoping to have a forward at number 5, or you're open mind for really the best one at all?
I know Kent made a big speech about taking a forward to have fun with you guys, but listen, it's very hard. Like, this is a day before a draft, and there's a lot of cameras here, a lot of people here. So to say what we're going to do, I'm always uncomfortable with that. I do go with the philosophy of best player available. We'll see how it plays out tomorrow.
Jeff,
okay?
is this a year with the deep draft and where you guys pick and free agent class and whatnot that you can look and say, we can fast track the program a little bit?
Unrelated to the draft or all of it?
All of it together.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to look, going forward basis, we have to look at like that all the time now. There's always, we're looking at a bunch of scenarios unrelated to the draft that might be able to do that. So, that's our job, and we always want to have a better team when we come back. So, that is, that's what we're doing. That's what we're in the process of now, of looking at that scenarios. But yeah, it would be nice to come back with to add to the group, move forward. Yeah.
To the point where you reach that point, maybe where you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what that point is. It's hard to say. Obviously, we're rebuilding the team. We're trying to get better every day. I mean, it's boring to say that, but that's the truth. And then we're trying to seize any opportunity that comes our way, and that's what we're here to do.
Jeff, if I could follow up. The kind of draft that, or by other GMs, it's the kind of draft that you may be able to sneak in drafting for need. Now, I know you just said you're the pick the best available guy, but do you feel that pull in this draft maybe compared to other years?
No. I think this draft is similar to others. I can't say that this draft is better than last year or it's going to be better than next year. I always find that scouts come in, and wherever you're picking, there's we're picking 5, there's 4 great players. We're picking 26, there's 25 great players, right? That's just what guys do. But I feel like there's a lot of good players in this draft. There's chances to get better. Last year, I felt the same way. So it's similar. I don't feel like it's much different than last year.
Do you
Jeff,
feel though?
if I can follow
Yeah.
up on Dan's
Yeah,
question.
you can.
24 hours to the draft, are you convinced now that you're gonna pick somebody with number 5, or that you could,
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't
not
want
a
to
real
lie to
player,
you.
but an established player?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to lie to you and say yes, 100%, but I feel confident that we're picking 5. But like I said, 24 hours, the phone's still ringing, things are happening. But listen, 5 is a great opportunity for us. It's a season where you're a lottery team. You want to take advantage in the draft of that type of year you had, right?
Jeff, how would you characterize where you stand in the trade market? The trade market started early, well, I guess not early in terms of date, but early in terms of when the season ends, got flooded with all these names and what have you. In terms of what you're offering and what's out there, where do you think you stand? And in terms of other teams who are offering things as well?
I mean, you mean as far as
the things you
your
have
ability to make trades?
Yeah, the commodities that you're willing to part with
Yeah.
to make a trade, where do you think it stands?
I mean, I think that we are armed with a lot to make trades happen. So I feel like we're in a lot of conversations that we probably wouldn't be in if we were in a different situation. Okay.
Is there any defenseman that you wouldn't trade in your team?
If there was, I wouldn't tell you. So yeah, I mean that's a hard one. It's hard for me to stand here and say like we would trade this guy, but we wouldn't trade that guy. I mean, that I'm sure that people are watching back home. So listen, like I said, it's redundant, but we'll look at anything. We're trying to get better. We're trying to win, and we're trying to move this thing forward. And that's this is a big weekend for that.
July 1st is coming soon. Do you have a player or a few players in your target?
Yeah. Well, listen, we've gone through those scenarios of what kind of players we might be looking at in that instance, and we'll see on Monday, I guess, whether or not those people think the same way we do.
Because you still feel the team can be in the mix next season?
Yeah, I do. I think that. I think so. I think we have the ability to be better, and we're going to try to do that.
Is there push for a big name, or
Can I push for a big name?
the big names on the free agency, or it's too soon? With
I
the
think it's
renewal?
too soon. I think we'll look and see what those big names are thinking. They have to be thinking the same thing we do too. So we have a lot of young players that are developing and opportunities that they need to play, and I wouldn't want to stunt somebody's growth for something that was an older player for long-term deals, stuff like that would set back the rebuild.
Are you planning on buying out some contracts in the next few days?
No.
And do you intend to qualify your RFAs?
Yeah, give me the names. I'll tell you if yes or no.
Yes, you don't have.
No.
You don't. I guess Baron and Jakai.
Yes.
That was my question.
Demidov told me, pardon me. Demidov told me yesterday that he was going to meet with you in Kent today.
Yeah, we met him today, first time.
How did it go?
It was good. He seems like a real good kid. He looks pretty fit, and we didn't have a ton of time with him. He was seeing a bunch of teams today, but pretty impressive guy, and his English was really good, and so it was nice to get a conversation going with him. But he seems pretty impressive.
Why did you not go to Florida?
Why didn't I go to Florida?
Yeah.
Well, I think in
Your camp, or-
yeah. Well, our plan was to meet him here. If he, if a guy like that was skating, I think it was going to be go down there. But for most of it, Kent and I try to let Marty and Nick take the point on that and keep running, because they were out there seeing the players, and then we try to see them as much as we can. But I don't want to be involved in driving the bus somewhere where it shouldn't go, and I want people to do their jobs.
Jeff, Kaden Lindstrom agent said he sent all the medical stuff regarding his client to the team.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with the info about Lindstrom and his back?
Yeah. We've read all that stuff, and everything looks pretty good there. Yeah.
Thanks.
Merci, Jeff.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you,
Jeff,
guys.
why is it you and not Kent?
He needed a break.